Hi, I got back from VidCon 2 weeks ago and then I had to sleep for 14 days and now here we are. So this was year 7 of VidCon. I've been to all of them. I just found my year 2 pass in my desk. The rest of them are scattered throughout my room. This year I performed at a spoken word bit hosted by Savannah Brown, which was really fun. You can see one of the poems I did below. And I also volunteered at the Uplift booth. We had a really perfect spot. We were right next to Harry Potter Alliance and This Star Won't Go Out, so it was like non-profit block. And then right across from Candy and cat videos. I'm so happy to have seen how much Uplift has grown. Like this year we had a poll that people could take that rated how safe their VidCon experience was, and that data was and will continue to be so useful. I bring down pins and pamphlets from Peace Over Violence that we pass out at the Uplift booth, and we also had resources from Love is Respect, and it's so good. It's so important.
It is 10:30 in the morning and I'm already exhausted. VidCon has changed so much in the last 7 years, like, because I've been to every single one and I really feel like I've seen things. I've seen eternity. Like, I'm working at the Uplift booth and it's so wonderful having 13-year-old girls come up and learn about the mission, or they already know about us, and then they get a badge, and like I see them walking around with little Uplift and Peace Over Violence and Youth Over Violence badges, and that's so wonderful. Like, honestly, whenever a 12-year-old comes up and asks to sign the email list, I'm 2 seconds away from crying.
This lovely friend has brought cookies and candy to Uplift for 2 years. Also, a Food Network representative came over on the last day and just gave us cupcakes. That's feminism. Speaking of amazing girls, I roomed with Kayla Briett and Gabrielle Gorman. I met them through Young Arts. They were both winners in film.
We've wandered through the Anaheim Convention Center for 40 years.
Kayla was on a couple panels for female filmmakers, and she also had a concert with 2 different instruments and a looping machine while Gabrielle danced. It was superb.
I just noticed that Kayla has an Aperture Science sticker on her laptop. I'm in love with her.
How's your biscuits? You mean my biscuit crumbs? I'm in the middle of making stuffing.
Honestly, stuff like intermix in the spoken word session, I would love to see more things like that at VidCon. Just people using digital platforms as an artistic medium. I love it. And speaking for the poetry session in particular, we totally could have had like 20 more people come up and read and it would have been fine. So I really hope that the poetry session becomes an annual thing. I'm going to email VidCon about it, and you should too. I also want to bring a slam to VidCon, like an actual functioning slam. It would definitely level the playing field. So basically you have however many poets competing and getting eliminated each round, but the slam master picks 5 random people from the audience to be the judges, and they are only eligible to be judges if they don't recognize any of the competing poets. So I think that would give writers who don't necessarily have a big internet audience space to shine, and it would bring community building back to the event. I could keep score. I passed calculus. I do math good. But overall, this was my favorite VidCon so far. It was definitely the safest I've ever felt. I went with fantastic people. I met up with fantastic people. I ate amazing waffles and drank probably too much coffee.
And I have like 80 grapefruits that I just brought from home.
Me and Kayla wandered around for a bit and found a virtual reality Mars program. The Instagram lounge was stupendous and I got to say hi to pals there. They also had like 8 different cheeses and honey in the Instagram lounge. I'll snap for that. Like, we had tons of new feminist programming throughout the VidCon schedule and that was fantastic, but I'm also really excited about this cheese. I also got to meet some of you and talk about cool English teachers.
She shows your poems all the time in class.
One of my favorite moments was helping an Orthodox girl complete the Uplift survey, since it was Saturday and she couldn't do the whole thing herself, and then talking about like anime conventions. And while I've heard different accounts of availability, there were actually sign language translators at panels this year. It really feels like VidCon is becoming more accessible to anyone who comes. The FemTube discussions were also really lovely, and that is where me and Alexandria Taylor had our Covens meeting and hatched up the YouTube Girls tutorial series. So I already posted my YouTube Girls video. It's linked in the description. Go check it out and contribute to the project if you want to. Today's fact is that the atmosphere of Mars is primarily carbon dioxide. I did not learn that from the Mars virtual reality program because I was really bad at it. That's just a cool fact. So that's all for me. I'm gonna go put some conditioner in my hair because it's really dry. Later, nerds!
I'm gonna have a vegetable booth next year at VidCon, and you can spin a wheel and win a carrot or maybe some spinach.